Hi, and welcome back to episode 13 of the Pucking Rights podcast. We're your hosts. Once again, if you don't know our names, we always got that YouTube video up for you guys to figure out who we are. But yeah, this week has been pretty slow in the NHL, despite hockey being back fully in its entirety. But other than a couple of preseason games, nothing has really happened. So this episode is going to be really, really prospect filled. No joke, we're going to talk about prospects practically the entire time. But we will get to the Hughes extension, the Hughes and Pettersson extensions, and we'll talk a little bit about some NHL stuff right at the end. But to get us started, we have news that the NHL Combine will be happening this year. The NHL released a list of their upcoming important dates for the rest of the year. The draft, we know, already is happening on July 7th and 8th. And the Combine is going to happen a couple months before then, probably before kind of during the playoffs, after the season ended, but before kind of everything kind of kicks off, which is exciting. I don't know about you guys, but I miss a lot of
content.
The prospect content we got from the Combine. How else would we know that Bo and Byram, Dylan Cousins, and Kirby Doc are best friends?
Yeah.
The Combine gave us that content.
Yes.
Yeah, and we got a lot of good suit pics from that year. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, so they did photo shoots at the Combine as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they do a lot of prospects photo shoots at the Combine. I know there's that one photo of. There are a bunch of photos of Kirby, but
yeah,
but there's a couple photos of Bo and Dylan, and there's that one photo of Trevor that made me question everything.
Oh, I know what photo you're talking about.
I
know what photo you're talking about.
I can't believe we all know which one it is. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Made me question everything I knew about myself at the time. It really did kickstart what I now call the cycle of hating Trevor Zegras while simultaneously liking him, kind of at the same time. It resets every week, you guys. It's a problem. It really is a problem. It's I hate you, affectionate, but also not so affectionate.
Yeah. Yes.
Ari, I'm still disappointed you didn't bring that sign to Ducks practice.
You should have. That would have been so funny.
You should have yelled at Trevor Moore.
You know, if you brought that sign to the Ducks practice, it definitely would have ended up on Twitter.
Yeah. It definitely would. It definitely would. Probably would this year. Giving you a puck, maybe. Okay, Ari, okay. Yeah, and then in other news, we have the QMJHL, the WHL, and the OHL all kind of starting up, within this next, week or so. I think the OHL starts on the 9th, WHL started this weekend, and QMJHL, I think, started a couple days before, on, the Wednesday or something. Or I don't know if they're still in preseason, but we care. You can see we care very little about the Q. I don't know why. Honestly,
nobody we care about is in the Q.
We should learn more people in the Q.
Yeah.
Why?
We should start watching it more often.
Yeah, because we care lots about the WHL for no reason. We care lots about the OHL for no reason, but the Q is kind of just They're there.
They're just kind of there.
Q's just kind of there, yeah, and they don't have any top end. Maybe it's because they don't have any top end prospects in the system this year. This year or next.
Nobody we really care about that much is in the Q either. So
Yeah, that's true. And none of us have lived in the Q area.
I'm
Kat.
Basically there. Gatineau.
You can drive over to Gatineau and catch a Q game.
Gatineau is basically a part of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Like, most of the people who live in Gatineau, from my experience, work in Ottawa.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could go over there and catch a game, maybe.
Maybe.
Figure out who the hell all these people are, because you know none of their names.
Figure out who's on the team, and then we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, they are starting up this week, and I don't know if the OHL has confirmed, but WHL for sure has confirmed that everyone in the league and associated with the league is vaccinated. 100% vaccination rate, which is amazing if you consider, like, you know, how the NBA is reacting right now to this.
I think one of the things with the WHL is, like, because they're, like, so much younger, they, like, I feel like aren't as, like, stubborn and, like, opinionated, and they're just, they just want to play hockey.
Yeah, I agree. And, like, they don't really have, like, a place to, like, say whether or not, like, because, especially in, like, Canada, everywhere is, like, it's mandated. So,
yeah,
if you want to be at an arena where you, theoretically, you work, you have to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
I think
it also helps in Canada, like, if you're a minor, you don't need, like, your parents' consent to get the vaccine. Or at least it's...
yeah, I think so, But, I mean, like, also if the team's kind of telling you, too, right? Like, any parent would probably just shut up and be like, okay, do what the team wants you to do. Yeah. Because there's not really, like, a place for them to play as well, like, if you're unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to the States.
Can't cross the border.
You can theoretically go to Sweden, but who's going to offer, like, a 16-year-old a contract?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, it's not convenient for them to, you know, I guess, want to, like, not be vaccinated. So, just better to get vaccinated. And that's what the NHL should do, too, because there's a lot of stuff with that going on. But yeah, in other prospects news, we have Bob McKenzie's prospect list.
Preseason prospects list.
Which is great because we love this list. It's like one of the great lists that everyone kind of has, like, in the back of their mind when they're talking about, like, ranking prospects. And yeah, it's a pretty good list. I'm not gonna lie. It's, like, a really, really good list.
There are a handful of Americans, and Hugh doesn't like that.
No, yeah, except for that. That's the one thing. Nah. No, thank you. I get scared, okay? What? I need the this, or else I'm gonna cry, because this team is, like, my team.
Yes.
Like, the other team, I didn't know, like, anyone on it at the beginning except for Kirby. But, like, this is, like, my team now.
We, like, know everyone. And, like...
We know everyone on the Canadian team. I can name all of probably be on the team. Which, like...
Yeah. I mean, I could probably also name, like, all of the people on the American team, but they're also American.
No, you can't.
I probably could. Because they're all in college.
Except Rutger McGrody. That guy. He's probably going to make the team.
And Logan Cooley.
Logan? Yeah, him too. Yeah, but we'll go through it. We'll take a look. So, at number 1, we obviously have Mr. Shane Wright. He's been, I think, touted number 1 for, like, 2 years now for this draft.
A long time.
He'd have to, like, literally, like, not score a goal, like, the entire season for him to like, not be number 1 on this list.
Yeah.
Like, he's really good. He's, like, so good. And so, obviously, deserved number 1. No confusion like last year where it was maybe Owen, but then there were also people saying, like...
Maddie,
and, like, At one point, Craig Button even put Brant Clark up there. We all know Craig's kind of... We all know what's up with Craig. But, yeah, like, it was very... There wasn't a consensus first overall pick last year until, like, the very last rankings. But, like, there's a consensus this year. Everyone has Shane Wright at the top of their board. Everyone I've seen, because I follow so many Sabres accounts that that talk about prospects, because they suck. But everyone's saying Shane Wright number 1. There's no issues with his game. Like, there's nothing. He's, like, practically perfect for you right there. NHL ready for whoever wins the lottery this year. Number 2, Ivan Miroshenko, I think is how you say it. We saw him...
I think. I don't think you pronounced
Miroshenko? It's S-H-N-I.
Miroshenko? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Russian names are hard.
But, yeah. But he's pretty good, too. Him and Shane have, like, they have, like, a friendship rivalry.
Yeah.
They have, like, a friendship rivalry. And it's really cute, actually. Because then the next year you have Connor Bedard and Matej Michkov. And it's just them, like, they're so angry at each other.
10 little Russian children.
10 little Russian children. You love to see it. But yeah, that's really cute. Him and Shane have like a little rivalry. Brad Lambert was at World Juniors last year. He was really good.
I thought he was Canadian.
He has a very non-Finnish name.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna be really honest.
His family is from Saskatchewan.
We have more traders, apparently.
It's Thomas Bordelot all over again.
Thomas Bordelot, freaking Adam Fantilli out here being like, you know what, I think I'm just going to be American. I'm going to play in America. I like America. I'm friends with a Canadian who lives in America all the time, in Johnny Orlando. We're not going to comment on that. No. Yeah, anyways, Brad Lambert. He's great. He's pretty good. I've heard, though, like, rumors, he's probably expected to fall from where he's at in the preseason rankings. Similar to Ratty this year, R2 Ratty, who was, like, projected close to number 1 next to Owen Power and then slipped to the second round. But they're saying he won't slip that far, but definitely probably out of top 10, which is sad, unless he has a really good season, but who knows. Then we have Jara Slavkowski? I don't know. We don't know who that is.
I'm gonna assume
he's a prospect.
Yeah. He's probably good at hockey.
Yeah, we expect him to be good at hockey. Then at number 5, we have my boy, Connor Geeky.
With one N.
With one N. Like Ice Socials team. You keep spelling it wrong.
Put some respect on his name, please.
Yeah. He's really good. He had almost a point per game last year in the WHL, which is amazing. Hopefully we'll get to see him play this year internationally, maybe at U18.
Hopefully.
Who knows? We'll see him at World Juniors probably next year, along with our other fave from the Winnipeg Ice, Matt Savoie. Yeah, at World Juniors. That's going to be that. Oh my God. Imagine having Geeky, Savoie, Bedard down the middle.
Imagine U18s this year. If they don't make the playoffs.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing, though. U18s is like if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Ice are intent on not making the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I don't want them to make the playoffs. I want them to make the playoffs at the same time.
Yeah, it's like, and you know what? I'd rather see them win a championship, just because they'd be so happy.
They can make the playoffs next year.
No, because then Carson Lampos will be gone.
Yeah.
You know what? They can make it this year. They can World Juniors next year. World Juniors next year.
Yeah.
I don't care about the U18s that much. Yeah. Anyways, he's really good. Very tall. They have him listed at 6'2". I saw somewhere that he's 6'4". I saw him yesterday standing next to Matt Savoie, and he looked like a giant. Yeah, he's comparable to Draisaitl almost in a way, which is
nice
great comparison.
Nice
Not the greatest skater, but like he can skate well enough that can be fixed.
Yeah, skating is something that can be improved like really fast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you know what? If the Sabres don't get the first overall pick, I'd be really happy if they got Connor Geekie to be next to Dylan Cousins, like in the center lineup. Oh, imagine that would be great. That'd be great. And that would continue the Sabres streak of drafting a Canadian first round pick for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Power, Quinn,
Cousins,
and the middle stat was American the year before that. But yeah, 3 years in a row is like a pretty long streak. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But we will also continue our 3-year streak of a Canadian first overall pick this year.
Yes.
Because Shane Wright will be going.
And then next is gonna be Connor.
That's what we're hoping.
Yes.
Unless Mitch Cobb decides to.
We don't talk about Mitch
Cobb
Cobb.
his way.
We don't
He scares the shit out of me. I'm gonna be really honest.
He scares the shit out of all of us.
Yeah. Then next we have Logan Cooley. I don't know if you want to talk about him.
He's at U18s, and he was arguably one of their best players, and I thought he was an 03, and turns out he's not an 03, and he was actually an underager, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. Oh, he is an 04. They have his birth date listed here. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have number 7, Matt Savoie. We talked about him before. I've seen, like, everyone underneath Shane, like, it's all different, pretty much. Like, everyone has them different places. I've seen Matt Savoie going as high as 2. I've seen, like, people ranking Miroshenko, like, down at the bottom. Like, it's
a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Very complex. We'll see what happens.
I think
he's had a really good year so far.
I think it's probably because, like, last year they didn't really have that much of a season.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a lot to go off of.
Yeah. But Matt's having a good season so far. I think he's had a couple points, 2, maybe 3. 3 points this year so far, which is great for the Ice. We love to see it. Him and Shane are also friends. I think Shane's just friends with everyone at this point.
Yeah, Shane probably just knows everyone.
Him and Adam Fantilli are friends too. And
it's very interesting.
Anyone from Toronto, pretty much.
They all know each other. The GTHL
They all know each other, and it's sad. It's sad. It's disappointing.
It doesn't make sense. Like, the college boys and the CHL boys are separate. And, like, the different CHL leagues, they are separate. They should not know each other, yet they do anyways.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, it breaks my brain every time I think about Kent Johnson and Connor Bedard growing up together.
Like, I remember when I first found out that, like, Connor was from, like, the same area as Kent, and I was like, oh, they might know each other. And then they, like, actually knew each other, and I was like, no.
Not just the knowing, it's they grew up together. They have photos with each other from when they were, like, 7.
Yeah, it hurts my brain.
It's disappointing, and it hurts. It hurts so much.
But at the same time, I, like, love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, okay, back to Matt Savoie. What are we talking about? Back to Matt Savoie. He's, like, a smaller, undersized forward, but he's, like, apparently he's, like, really good. But we might see him slip because of his, we might give the Cole Caulfield treatment. Like, whatever.
It's fine.
Go off,
the
Matt.
Habs could draft him. And then his name can go back to
Savoie.
Yeah.
Someone, the person on CTV the other day who did an interview with Connor Geekie said it's Savoie.
Yeah. Because it's Savoy.
And they are right. They're correct. Savoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they call him Savvy, so, like, it shouldn't be Savoy.
Yeah.
So, makes no sense. Then we have, I'll blast through a couple names here that we're not going to really talk about because we don't actually know about them. We have Daniil Yurov, Joakim Kamel, David Jiracek, Simon Nemec. I've heard his name. That sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
And then we have Rutger McGrotree? I don't know how to say it. You say it.
I think it's Rutger McGroarty.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce the TI.
Yeah. He's best friends with Adam Fantilli.
And they're both committed to Michigan. I thought I should make that very clear.
Committed to Michigan, you cat. Like...
no, I'm pretty sure Logan Couture is going to Notre Dame.
Watch him uncommit and commit to Michigan.
No, watch him pull a Sasha Pastajov.
Yeah, watch him do that. Watch him pull a Sasha Pastajov, yeah. I actually didn't know this, but Jack Hughes, born in 2003, I didn't know that he was on the at Northeastern.
You didn't know that?
No.
I thought I mentioned that.
You can follow that Jack Hughes that in-depthly.
I know, I thought I mentioned it, but yeah, he's at Northeastern. His older brother...
With his brother.
His older brother, Riley, is also at Northeastern.
And Devin Levi, our beloved, is also at Northeastern.
I really like the Northeastern team. But I don't cheer for them.
Yeah, they seem good. They seem good. I don't know. They might give Michigan some issues. Because goaltending is...
No, our goaltending's good. Fine. Our goaltending's fine.
Like, no, I'm not saying, like, your goaltending isn't bad, but their goaltending is
okay, but, like...
really good.
Have you seen... Oh, don't even get me started on Minnesota's goaltending. Because Minnesota's goalie was at Michigan for 2 years, and then Strauss, our old goalie, he came, and he was really good. And so, he kind of took over the starting goal. So, now, the... Minnesota starting goaltender. He transferred Michigan to Minnesota so he get more playing time, and he's really, really good, and he scares me a lot.
I think everyone scares you. I think Minnesota is just like your mortal enemy.
They are
at this point.
But yeah, Minnesota's goalie beat Spencer Knight for the Mike Richards last year, which is goalie of the year. So he's really good. Yeah.
All I'm going to say is I know that Chaz Lucius is also at Minnesota right now.
Chaz Lucius and Brock Faber.
I only know one Minnesota player.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. He's on Minnesota?
Yeah, he's on Minnesota.
Wow.
Alright, wait, Ari, there's a Ducks prospect on Minnesota. What's his name? Jackson Lacombe is also on Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. I don't really keep up with him, but yeah.
Yeah, we just know Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, and then going through some other names. At 13, they have Jonathan Lekermaki, Elias Solomonson, Nathan Gosher. Oh, he's from the Q.
He's from the Q.
He's cute. And then Wesley. I don't know if you know who that is.
He was also on the U18 team last year, I'm pretty sure. He was also one of the people that I thought was born in 03, but actually ended up being an underager.
There were a surprising amount of underagers at that tournament. I didn't realize it, because but a surprising amount.
Because their U17 team was really good last year, and they had a bunch of injuries.
Yeah. Also because this year's draft is deeper than last year's.
Yeah. And that's, the amount of underagers and the amount of injuries they had is also why, they lost in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. I just find it funny that Jack Hughes still had the J on his, even though Luke didn't show up.
It was funny.
He didn't. Yeah. And then some honorable mentions, Isaac Howard, Tristan Leno.
He plays for Gatineau.
Wow. We know one Q guy.
We know two now.
We know two. Denton Matchuk. He was on the U18 team. Yeah, he was a healthy scratch most days.
Yeah, but he's an underager, so
yeah.
It's
An underager not named Shane Wright or Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
And Danny Zilkin,
Who was also
on the UAT team. I didn't realize that he was an underager. I'm gonna be really honest.
I think he has a late birthday.
Yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, those are the rankings. Yeah, those are pretty nice. That was we know a lot of names on the list. Like, I'm shocked, genuinely, about how many names
last season. We look at the.
We knew one name.
I knew all the NCAA guys, and that was it.
I think I knew Owen Power, and that's only because they did an interview with him at World Juniors, asking him why he wasn't coming.
I remember that. I remember watching that and being so pissed off, like.
Michigan, you let Maddie go.
Maddie go. You let Thomas go. You let Johnny go.
Not Owen.
And then Kent just wasn't invited. I don't think.
Rip Kent. He's invited now.
Yeah, he's invited now, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. He has played for Team Canada before.
Yeah, he played at U17.
17s or
U17.
June.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
It was either U17s or Junior A.
Junior A
challenge, yeah. That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably played with Devin Levi.
They probably know each other.
I would not be shocked.
Me neither. All the NCAA guys know each other, though. It's a very small circle.
Yeah. I don't like it, though. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense.
Oh no. There's a guy that played at North Dakota that is now he was drafted by Nashville, and he signed with Nashville last year, and now him and Phil Tomasino are friends. And they went to this country music concert together at Def Cam. And no, thank you.
Hey, but if Philip Tomasino and Cody Glass can be friends,
yes,
I think anything can happen. Philip Tomasino, he's iconic. Have you seen the video? We'll link it. The video of him doing that TikTok dance.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It lives in my mind rent free.
As it should.
As it should.
The only good thing that TikTok has done is given us these content.
Yeah. The hockey's doing the TikTok dances. That's the only good thing. Yeah. Anyways, moving on, kind of staying on the topic of prospects, kind of. We have NCAA preseason.
Not really. They don't call it preseason. They call it
one game. It's one game of preseason.
It's one exhibition game. There are usually more. Some conferences have already started the regular season because the NCAA is weird like that. Yeah. Other than, before we talk about what we care about, St. Cloud beat St. Thomas 12-2 last night.
Oh yeah, you sent us that. I thought those were AAA teams. I'm gonna be really honest. Their uniforms are really ugly.
St. Cloud's, they have these black uniforms that are really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, it was really funny. I remember seeing the score after the Michigan game, and it was just why?
We care about. Let's talk about what we care about.
I know, but it makes it's funny to me. But yeah, Michigan won 7-1 over Bowling Green. It was a really fun
Bowling
game.
Green.
Kent scored.
Green.
Kent scored 2 minutes in on a breakaway, on a pass from Maddie, and then him and Maddie hugged afterwards, and it was really, really cute. And then Kent got tripped, and then he got up, and then got elbowed in the face. Then they went on the power play, and it was Kent, Owen, Maddie, Thomas, and Briss. And then
it was beautiful. Before we get into this, it was beautiful. The power. It was just it made my heart happy seeing the highlight of it after. Man, yeah. Owen running the PP. All I'm gonna say is he could run the second unit in Buffalo already. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, Briss scored 11 seconds in. And then he scored less than a minute after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Cicilline scored off of a rebound from Lambert after that. Let me pull this up, actually.
Yeah, and then Brick scored again.
Yeah.
For the Hattie. Blankenberg scored twice as well.
Yeah, Blank scored on the power play.
Mm-hmm. It was just a good game overall. I remember checking this. I like looked on Twitter. I was following along kind of on Twitter. I was like busy doing other things as well, but like I was following along on Twitter, and like after the first period, I saw that it was
4-0.
It was like 3-0, 4-0,
4-0.
4-0, and I was like, oh wow. They do realize it's a preseason game, right? Like,
oh my god, no!
They don't need to go this hard.
I think at the beginning of the third, Brendan Brisson, he kept like body jumping people, and he just wouldn't stop. And I'm like, bro,
Chris, you can stop. It's a
an
preseason game. You're already
game.
killing them.
Calm down.
Hey, we already know he's ADD. So
Yeah.
yeah. And everyone liked that GIF I made of him. From like the UMich socials team.
Wow.
I really like the theme they went with for like their media this year. It was
I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, it was kind of boring last year. Like,
their media they probably know that everyone's like looking at them this year.
Yeah.
So they probably were like, yeah, we gotta up our media game.
I mean, their media was really good last year, so
Yeah. But like we are loving the blue like fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
Loving
with, like,
it.
The smoke as well.
Yeah. I was also gonna say like everyone like suddenly just finding out who Briss is like my favorite thing.
Because people, no. I feel like that happened over like the summer when he was like posting like his LA adventures. And then
more people.
Yeah,
now. Like, people are messaging me.
There's like a second wave.
Yeah, like someone sent me like someone sent my GIF in his Discord server. I don't think they knew that it was mine, but that doesn't matter. And everyone was like, "Ooh, who's this new person?" And I'm like, if you were here like a month and a half ago, you would know.
But it's that happened with like the whole Michigan team, and I love it, but it's so weird to me that people like know who they are, and that people like care about them, and that people like watch the games and like follow them on Instagram. That's very weird to me.
It's like it used to be just you, and now it's more than just you.
Yeah, and it's so weird, and like it's like the mainstream like media and mainstream hockey media is like covering Michigan, and like through covering Michigan, they're also like just covering like college hockey as a whole. And it's like, I love it.
Thank you, Michigan, for doing everything.
Yeah,
for doing everything.
Last year it kind of started with like, because you had Caulfield and you had Boldy and Newhook and Knight.
Yeah.
Right?
I was going to say, like, it kind of started last year.
It kind of started with like their class, and then now with like Michigan having like so much talent, it's just like, I love it. But it's also like very weird to see like Elliot Friedman retweeting college hockey news. Like,
yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it definitely like started last year too, because I know like Wisconsin so much coverage because Holloway and like now no one's covering Wisconsin. I'm gonna be really honest. Everyone dropped Wisconsin like a hot potato like after Cole left.
Because it's not only because Cole left, it's because everyone left. Cole left, Dylan left, Pelton Weiss left, Weisbach left. We lost our entire first line. Robbie Baydoun left. Ty Emerson left. Everybody just left.
Yeah. Hey, but Corson Kuhlman's. He's the only one left.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then other than Michigan doing Michigan things, we have Devin Levi getting a shutout. Our beloved.
We love to see
his first collegiate game too.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't played.
No, he didn't play last year.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I loved it. He's probably really happy right now. I'm being really honest.
But also, you know what's weird to me? Devin Levi, because in my mind he's like World Juniors Team Canada boy.
Yeah.
But now he's like really good friends with all of like the Northeastern guys, and I like No, that doesn't make sense to me. It's like I follow them all on Instagram, and he's in like the group pictures, and it's like,
Yeah. Is he in the comments? Please tell me he's in the
I
comments.
haven't looked at their comments. He probably is in their comments. But that's,
You know what? That would be the first grain of personality we get from
Yeah.
anyone who has ever played for Team Canada. Like, I look at like some of the USA boys like comments and stuff,
They're
and I'm
so
like, you're
good.
so interesting.
They're so good.
You're so interesting. Like, we know Kent, like Kent and Owen, they're at Michigan, but they never comment on shit.
don't know
Like,
personality.
like Owen is just out here, like, we know he sees it. He likes all the posts. But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything.
If he's like mentioned in the post, he'll comment. But otherwise, he's just silent. Like, I remember last year for his birthday, like, Brendan posted about it. Because they played together in Chicago the year before. And, like, Owen commented on that. But, like...
Okay. Can the Team Canada boys grow some personality?
Yes,
please.
Ken comments sometimes.
You know what? Shane is actually good about commenting.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah, Shane is
actually
the
pretty
UA
okay about commenting.
The UA18 boys are good.
Yeah, are good. Anyone before then, like Dylan Cousins leaving one word comments on his friend's post. Actually, no. You know who's actually good about it? Ryan. Ryan's actually good about it too.
Yeah, Ryan's good. Ryan has style.
Yeah. He's good about it. Other than that, like, from before then, I don't really think anyone else is all that good at it. Like, even Kirby is just...
If Bo
It's time! It's time! It's time! What does it mean?
Don't touch the ball.
Sanitize it! Should we be worried that we know this?
Probably. We probably should be.
Should we be worried that we actually know we can quote them?
You can quote their Instagram comments.
Yeah. If Bowen was still on Insta, you know he'd be hyping Dylan up in his comments all the time.
But he's not.
Rip. We want you back on Insta, Bowen.
Yeah.
PSA, we want you back on Insta. Even if it's just to post on your story about Ridley Gregg.
Q has
I have an issue. I hope he doesn't make the World Juniors team.
He probably will.
He's gonna. And if he gets an A or something slapped on him, I'm gonna...
I mean, if Caden makes
If Craig Button decides that Ridley Gregg is his new... Because Craig Button has a thing. Every tournament, he has to choose, like, one guy.
Yeah.
And he talks about that one guy the entire time.
Yeah.
At World Juniors last year, it was Dylan Cousins. Workhorse from Whitehorse.
Yeah.
We know. I think at U18s it was either Connor or Brant. He talked about Brant a lot.
He talked about Brant much.
All the time. Luckily, he didn't do this broadcast. We had to hear him talk about, like, he definitely would have been like, Connor Brown! But this year, I guarantee you...
He probably would have added to the Owen thing.
Yeah, added to the Owen phrase. And you know what? I guarantee you, I bet on it right now, that if Ridley Gregg makes the team, Ridley Gregg will be Craig Button's new poster child.
Not if Caden makes it.
Actually, yeah, not if Caden makes it. Not if Caden makes it, because then Caden will be his new poster child.
Yeah.
He's so good at D. No, he's not.
He's not.
He's not.
He's better than he was last year. But
that's true.
Not.
He's grown. He's grown.
But, like...
If I see first pair Caden Gooley... Yeah. I don't know. If he doesn't make the team, though, I'm praying Power Clark.
Yes.
Yeah. Howard Clark.
I would love that. My Ottawa living Michigan fan of an ass would love that.
Yeah, we would love it. I think everyone would love to see it. It would be like kind of like Bowen and Jamie last year. Like it would just be like.
And then Brant
the
can
best
be
pair.
the new Jamie, and we can just get everyone on the Brant train, and then him and Owen can.
Exactly, we can get everyone on the Brant train. I don't understand how people haven't jumped on it yet. Like I'm gonna be really honest.
I know.
So mad. I'm like, bro, look at
Like
him.
people have acknowledged that he's like cool.
He exists.
Yeah, people have
Yeah.
acknowledged him. They just don't like. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's just he hasn't been on as big of a stage as World Juniors yet.
Yeah.
So
My
no one really
friend
cares.
texted me,
Yeah.
so, like, Brant, I love him. I'm like, yes, I love this for you.
We love this. We love people who jump on the Brant train. Somehow we got people on the Owen train.
Somehow.
Somehow.
All the world
After
championships.
not noticing him for all tournament. For all tournament until the very end.
No, everybody, you guys not noticing him until the very end.
No, I noticed him.
Not
I
liking
didn't notice him in a good way.
Yeah. And then you just had me, like, gifting his, like, media and nobody caring about it.
Yeah, I didn't care because I was too busy worrying about Braden Schneider's ice time, okay?
Yes.
We're like, just give him ice time.
Yeah, play Brayden.
Play Braden, but also play Owen.
Yeah.
You can do both. Yeah, and I can't wait until everyone jumps on the Otter train.
Yes.
Can't wait. Can't wait
Yeah.
until Otter gets traded to the France, and then him and Shane tear it up, and
And
people
then-
are like, who is this Brennan Hoffman kid?
And then we can just introduce him to our favorite little rap boy.
Our favorite little rat boy. Yeah. And then, yeah, we gotta keep moving, but, yeah, on the topic of the CHL, we have, finally, the CHL on CBC. Nationally broadcasted games. We love to see it, honestly.
CBC always, like, gets the best events. And, like,
Mhm.
they cover the most uninteresting things at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
they're having the Canadian National Spelling Bee on national television
I
tonight.
know! I saw that!
And no, they were broadcasting Ontario sectionals. Like, nobody cares about Ontario sectionals. Nobody knows who they are.
CBC cares. CBC cares.
I care because I have
Mhm.
friends who are competing. I know
Yeah.
people there. Nobody else cares. If you don't know somebody there are so many figure skating competitions, like, if you don't know somebody there, you just don't care.
You just don't. You give up, yeah. And, like, I was, like, kind of thinking about it, because, like, the CHL put out, like, a post, like, okay, what's going to be on CBC, what's going to be on TSN. TSN is coming, like, later, their broadcast schedule, which I'm so freaking excited for. That's
Yeah.
literally the reason my TSN subscription is useful, okay? It's only to watch junior hockey. But, yeah. CBC, like, they did a great job with the broadcast.
Yes,
like, I'm not gonna lie. They had, like...
CBC always does a great job with broadcasting, though.
Mhm. Yeah. But, like, their graphics were really, really good. They
Yeah.
were better than, like, the TNT... Way better than the TNT graphics. They had, like, really good interviews. Like, they did, like, interviews with, period, found odd. But, in the second period, they did one, like, with the WHL commissioner. Like, mid-period, there was, like, 5 minutes left. I don't know what was going on, but
Me
they
neither.
cut out the commentary. Yeah, but they did a couple interviews with Connor Bedard, because everyone knows.
Connor.
We only care about Connor.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just, like, really good. Their graphics were so nice. Like, I couldn't get over, like, how good their graphics were for, like, junior hockey, even.
Yeah.
Because apparently junior hockey in Canada gets better graphics than NHL hockey in America. I'm not surprised, but
You know, I think
yeah,
it's
and they
just-
had, like, really good coverage.
Yeah, I mean, it might also just be CBC is, like, just better.
Yeah, CBC just knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt like they knew what they were doing. Like, they had people there, like, invested
Yeah.
in, like, what was going on. And, like, they knew that, okay, like, Prince Albert and the Pats, like, they just played yesterday, so there's, like, a lot of tension going on, and, like...
Yeah, they, like, knew what was happening. Like, I noticed that, like, because, like, I watch, like, their figure skating streams, and they're always, like, so good. And, like, you don't find a lot of, like, skating streams that have, like, people who, like, actually know what they're talking about, and, like, you know, and coverage that is actually good. And, like, CBC has that, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I thought that their intermission reports were really, really good, too. They had, like, highlight packs, like, all their graphics were, like, they were very TSN-like graphics, almost, like, for, like, U18s. And I honestly can't wait to see what, like, TSN does. Because, like, if I just want them to put Mark Masters on intermission.
Yeah.
If they put Craig Button. If they have the audacity.
Hopefully they decide that Craig Button is too good for junior hockey, and they just, like, don't put him. Yeah.
Like, there's a couple people from TSN I really want to see on their broadcast. I want to see Mark Masters, obviously. Want to see Gino Reda, who does 7-Eleven magazine, or, like, the junior hockey magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there are a couple that are really good that I would like to see ahead of Craig Button. Please, ahead of Craig Button on their broadcast. But, yeah, hopefully it comes out really good as well. I can't wait for next week. Next week's going to be a good game, too. I think it's Shawinigan. It's some team in the Q. Yeah. And then we have to talk about the Ice, obviously, because they won 10-2 and 7-1 against the Wheat Kings. Man, the Wheat Kings kind of did collapse after Braden just straight up left.
Because it wasn't just Braden. I feel like because they won last year, and I think all of like their good players from last year all just left.
Well, yeah, except for Greg, but he's back now. I guess he's not. He wasn't there like 2 days ago, but like the past 2 games. But like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird that like junior hockey moves so fast.
Yeah,
like it moves so fast. You have like a 3-year window where you can be like really, really good. Because you draft really well in those 3 years, and then they like graduate, and then you tank, yeah, and then they graduate and you tank for like forever, like I was looking at some OHL like conference predictions, right, or division predictions, and someone put the Ottawa 67s as likely to finish second last in the division. I was like, were they not just good, like
because Jack Quinn and Marco Rossi are gone.
Yeah, and Graham Clark.
Yeah, like
you can't forget about Graham Clark.
Yeah, like all of our good players are gone now.
Yeah, and yet tickets are still expensive.
Because a lot of people in Ottawa like would rather go to a 67th game than a Sens game.
You know what? Valid. I'd rather go to an Erie Otters game versus going to a Buffalo Sabres game. Like, yeah, that's valid. Yeah, but like it's weird, like how junior hockey works.
Yeah,
because it's not like you're just good forever.
It's the same.
Like some teams in the NHL.
It's like the same thing with the NCAA, though, especially because in the NCAA, people will sign contracts and then leave. Mm-hmm. So you have like an even smaller window, and because experience is like really important in the NCAA as well. It's like if they're only there their freshman year, they're not gonna like really like they'll get points, but once you kind of it's not gonna... And, like, for all of your good players to be, like, all there at the same time is just not a thing. Which is why, like...
Except for Michigan.
Yeah, like, that's why what Michigan is doing right now is, like, such a big deal. Because no school has ever had, like, this many good players on their team, like, at once. Like, even Michigan before, it's, like... They had Quinn and Norris, but they were only there for 2 years. And, like, you know, you can't really capitalize on only 2 years. And, like, Kyle Connor was there, but he was only there his freshman year. So they couldn't really capitalize on that. Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. Michigan's just kind of been, like, good for, like, a long time. Because they signed a bunch of, like, the big names, right?
Yeah.
I think last time they made Frozen... When was the last time they made Frozen 4?
They haven't actually, fun fact, they haven't actually played in the NCAA tournament since they made the Frozen 4. Hughes and Norris' freshman year, so 2018. So they didn't make it in 2019, and then 2020 was canceled, and then last year they got COVID.
I hate how you say, yeah, and last year they got COVID.
Yeah. Last year was a tough year, honestly.
Yeah.
They got shut down.
Yeah, 2018 was the last time they made Frozen 4.
Yeah. Last time they played in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, before Wikipedia has them 2021 listed, but, like, we know that they got COVID, so. Yeah. Okay, kind of wrapping up, because we do have, like, we're gonna run over time otherwise. We have a couple other news items. The Raiders, they had I don't know what else to say about them. They put out a very racist third jersey design. Yeah.
They had that as their mascot a couple years ago, and then it got, like, so much backlash that they, like, got rid of it.
Yeah. Apparently they are also getting rid of their third jersey now after all the backlash. Yeah. It's not a pretty jersey. Like, I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I'm gonna be really honest. Like, even if it's a historical jersey, like, design, like, it was not a good idea.
There are ways to, like, honor your, like, history without being, you know,
racist.
Yeah.
Extremely, extremely racist. Because, like, the yellow coloring, too, like, it was not a good look.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the WHL shut it down. I don't even know how it, like, got past. How it even got past, like, the WHL, like, decision-making before that. But they shut it down. And they will be using a different third jersey. Yeah. If you can look it up, probably, if you want to see it, but it just was not great. Yeah, and then continuing on, finally, we do have some updates from training camps, for, like, going into more, like, NHL news, kind of. Hoffman, Stankoven, Johnston, Del Mastro, they were all sent back to their their OHL teams. Or, sorry, Stankoven's a WHL guy, but regardless, CHL teams. Greg and Weisblad, same thing. WHL teams. Cardsey was reassigned last week. Lambos and McClellan were reassigned back to the ice. And, yeah. And then Colton Dock, actually, in terms of, like, trade news, was traded to the Kelowna Rockets, who are rebuilding. Yeah. So, he's probably going to get traded out again at, like, the trade deadline. And he also signs his ELC with the Blackhawks, like, the other day. I don't know if he posted a photo, honestly. I don't follow him on Instagram because I don't care enough about Colton.
I have, like, a separate Instagram account where I just follow, like, hockey players.
Oh, you have a Finsta?
I don't post on it. It's just, like, there, so, like, the hockey's post doesn't, like, jam up my, like, actual feed.
Yeah. You know, I wish I was that smart. Because I follow too many hockey players. Like, sometimes, like, I look at, like, because when you follow, like, a new person, they have, like, who your mutuals are list, right?
You don't need to talk about it.
And I have to scroll down, like, all the way to find, like, anyone who's not, like, a mutual. Like,
I click on Michigan's account, it's followed by 68 other people. And, like, they're, like, wait.
I'm not there yet, but yeah. And then Johnston and Stankoven also signed ELCs with the Stars.
Yeah.
As a quick, like, ELC trade reassignment update.
There are a bunch of people reassigned to AHL teams as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then in Hockey Canada news, they have canceled 3 major events for this year. I think, according to the TSN article, they canceled the Canadian Para-Hockey Cup, the National Women's Under-18 Championship with RIP. That hasn't happened in, like, 3 years. We're not going to go into on how unfair that is, but pretty unfair. And then the World Junior A Challenge has also
Yeah.
been canceled. Which, also, very sad.
Yeah.
But
But
how
also,
else are we going to find a future Devin Levi?
future Ken Johnson.
Yeah. Future Cale Makar, because he also played in that, I think.
Pretty much any
think he
good
played.
college hockey player in Canada has played in that.
Yeah. Which is sad. But yeah, they canceled those 3 events. And then in Olympic news, they have made calls to the 3 players that they want on the team for sure coming on the team, getting on the team. Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, and Pietrangelo.
That's you call Pietrangelo, but you won't call McKinnon or Bergeron or Marchand.
Okay, I will say, yeah, McKinnon's a weird one. Like, you don't call McKinnon.
You'll call Pietrangelo.
Yeah, I think they wanted to call, like, a D-man. At
Yeah.
least, like, one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was their thing. You're not going to also call, like, Carey Price.
I think the goaltending
It might be because he's injured. It might be because he's injured.
But also with like Carey Price is like he always has a good playoffs, but then the regular season kind of happens and you don't really know, and it's like goaltending is weird. I think they're probably gonna save goaltending for last. I feel like.
Yeah, if Jordan friggin' Binnington somehow makes this team,
'Cause I feel
well, hope he can fight the Russians.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like goaltending is one of those things, like, you have to see who's, like, hot at the moment.
Yeah, and Canada, I don't know. Like, Canada's just not deep at the goalie position.
Yeah, and also, like, I feel like we have a lot of good goalies, but it's, like, they might have, like, a bad season, and it's, like, you don't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like
Like,
of our, like,
Yeah.
up-and-coming goalies, like, the goalies that might be, like, not generational, but, like, franchise players, they're all coming up. Like, you're not going to put Sebastian Cossa on this
Yeah.
Olympic team. You're not going to put Devin Levi on this Olympic team. Like,
And it's, like, you don't know if, like, Carter Hart might have, like, a bounce back here and, like, kind of...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they didn't call anyone. Pietrangelo is a little bit weird to me, but I guess they want, like, a D-man for sure.
He's probably, like, I guess...
Yeah, and then
best
Crosby
D-man.
and McDavid makes sense.
Yeah.
I love how Connor McDavid was like, yeah, I don't know if I can make the team, like, this summer.
He's being humble. He's being...
Yeah, he's being way too humble, though. And yeah. And then finally, we have our tiny bit of NHL news in, like, the last kind of, like, 5 minutes of the show, because that's us. We have Hughes and Pettersson signing extensions. I don't remember how much they were for, because I put it out of my mind. 3.735 million for 3 times 7.35 million for Pettersson, and then Hughes is 6 times
7.85.
7.85. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of what we expected.
Michigan just retweeted like Quinn's contract post on Twitter, so
Of course. Love how they were like, just like, yeah, Quinn can just come practice with us, I guess.
yeah.
When he was, not doing anything. Yeah, and then so the only one left then is Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, they offered him 8 by 8, and then he wanted 8.3 or 8.4.
At that point, you're just like, just give him the money. What's the problem? What's the issue?
I don't know.
Eugene Melnick.
Yeah. Don't even
It's $400,000.
Don't get me started on Eugene fucking Melnick. Don't
It's $4,000. That's probably just gonna go to taxes, anyways. Like,
Yeah,
it's $400,000 that'll go to taxes.
exactly. Like, just give
Yeah.
him the fucking money.
Yeah.
Give him the money, or
preseasons have-
give him the money, or use it to like revamp the fucking arena, or like the parking lot. Get better parking, and stop making people walk for like 5 minutes in the freezing cold to get inside your arena.
We see that Kat is angry at Melnick. Maybe we'll talk about this next time if Brady still has not signed. And yeah, and then preseason has started, obviously. We've kind of talked about it. All our teams are doing pretty okay, I guess.
mean,
the Jets aren't doing great.
The Habs lost 7-2.
Who?
It's the Sens.
It's because Caden Gooley. It's because Caden Gooley was there.
But also, we didn't really have any, like, NHL players in the lineup. I don't remember. Maybe we did.
Hey, you had Caden Gooley.
Caden Gooley doesn't count. the Sens had Stutzel in the lineup, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
They had Stutzel and Pinto and Norris.
Yeah, wasn't Bernard Docker in too?
Bernard Docker was in the last game that Montreal won.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Either way, like, yeah. Rip Habs. Anaheim's doing Anaheim things and they've only won one preseason game. Jamie's only played one. Which, A, he's either getting sent Jack Danson Jr., or B, he's injured, or C, he's going to play, like, 2 games the whole preseason. I'm going with A. I think it's A. I think he's probably injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even if he was
Or,
being
like,
sent down to junior, like, I feel like they'd at least give him a chance.
Yeah. Anyways, the Jamie the Jr. narrative, I still am rooting for that, because that's, like, the best narrative.
Yeah. And then Jamie World Junior captain.
Yeah. Jamie, that's Caden revenge tour.
Yes.
That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Jets are doing okay, I guess. The Sabres are sabering, so.
It's the Sabres.
I mean, they've lost as much as the Jets have lost. So that's a win.
Yeah.
They were down 4-1 in that one game. But they came back. So it doesn't matter. And, yeah, I don't know. How are the Avs doing? Bowen Byram scored a goal. That's it. That's all I know.
They won their first preseason game, I think. I know, I haven't really been following the Avs that closely. I've been, like, really busy.
Yeah. We just assume they win.
Yeah.
That's why. We're not worried about them.
Yeah, like, even if they lose, it's like, it's preseason.
Yeah. We're not worried about them. We just care about Bowen Byram scoring. That's it.
Let me check if they're doing good, though.
Yeah.
They beat
And
Minnesota
then-
6-4.
Yeah. I know Ari has to go soon because you have to go to church. But we will talk really quickly about Robin Leonard going off on the NHL on Twitter.
I saw the screenshots. I did not read them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I respect his opinions, and I respect that he, wanted to voice them, because they are important issues that you should be talking about, especially, like, the injury thing, like the medical stuff. But I feel like there was a better way to handle this.
Yeah.
Instead of just a Twitter rant that will likely be pulled down because of PR.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have done a Players Tribune, like, article. Everyone does a Players Tribune article at some point.
Tyler Toffoli did one, and it made me cry.
Mm-hmm. He could have done an open letter to the NHL, like, in a doc or something.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the way he, like, posted it and the way he, like, made it seem was that it was very disjointed. Like, his thoughts weren't, like, necessarily organized.
I think he was I think he was just trying to get them out. Like,
yeah, it wasn't organized, and it doesn't seem like the right way to address it. And now the NHL is, like, addressing it with him. Because PR. But yeah, like, there could have been better ways to handle it, first of all. And, yeah, I don't know. I think what he's saying, like, has some basis to it. But, like, at the same time, for some reason, we all seem to elevate, like, all of us. We all seem to elevate Robin Leonard to, like, a level above other hockeys because he's personable, because he posts on social media, because he, in a league full of hockey robots,
he has a personality.
One. And so, yeah. And so I know, like, a lot of people just take what he says, like, as a given, right? But, like, it's a lot more complex than that. And it's a lot more complex than just, like, Jack Eichel needs surgery. Well, yes, he does need surgery. But you also have to consider other factors, and you have to consider, like, the rest of the situation at play.
I feel like also it's like we don't even, like, really know, like, the full details of, like...
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, even, like, the person who posted today about the Flyers, giving Nolan Patrick Ambien and like opioids pretty much for his migraine disorder. Like, that came from a beat writer who hasn't been on the beat for very long.
Yeah.
That, like, not necessarily a trustworthy source.
Yeah. Like,
right?
if it came from, like, Elliot Friedman, it would be, like, very different.
Yeah. Elliot Friedman, Chris Johnson, like, all the ones that work for, like, major organizations. I know that beat writer writes for Fansite. He literally writes for, like, a fan site. Is what I've been told by Flyers fans. So, yeah, it's very complex. I think it could have been handled a lot better. But we'll see what happens over the next day about it. And really quickly, last update, Jake Gensel, unfortunately, has COVID.
Yes.
Which we don't know what to do about that. Get vaxxed, everyone.
He's on COVID protocol. It's kind of, I think, the same thing as last year, mostly.
Yeah. He tested positive, actually. He's not just on protocol.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get vaxxed. Hopefully things are okay with the Pens. And it's not bad for him. But yeah, this is like why the protocols are still in effect and why some players are now being sent to Sweden for not being vaccinated. All right.
But being sent to Sweden is still better than just not being allowed to play. Cough, cough. Zach Ronaldo.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Hopefully next week we'll have more NHL news to update you guys on. The season doesn't start until after our episode next week. But we'll update you on, like, kind of whatever on the NHL. Lots of prospect news will be coming.
Michigan starts their season next Friday against Michigan State.
Yeah, I think the OHL starts on the Saturday, the October 9th. The WHL is already still going strong. QMJHL is going strong. We'll update you guys all on that and anything else that you need to know. And we probably should rebrand as a Prospects podcast, but we'll see about that. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week.